You want to know how I know fall is right around the corner? This right here. The squirrels always seem to bring their walnuts up to my deck and eat them and leave a mess every single time. Yeah. But guys, how y'all doing? How is everything in your neck of the woods? How is everything going for you all? Well, you know what? It's Thursday, my Thursday, your Friday. So you know what that means? Story time! In case you're new to my channel and you just tuned in on this particular video, every week I like to have one day, which is usually Friday, story time. And I tell stories from my past. And the reason I tell stories to YouTube is because I told them all to my children and my wife, and every time I go to tell a story, they always say, I've heard that one. But you guys haven't. So instead of me boring them anymore, I bore you guys with them. Yeah. And one more mess to show you the squirrels leave behind. Any given day, this is all over the railings of my deck. Alright guys, on with story time. Okay, the story I'm going to tell you guys today, I might be a little shady on it, okay? I'm only going to be able to remember probably some of it, because when this one took place, I was very, very young. I was about the age of 5 or 6 years old, but I still remember most of it. Alright, now I was about 5 or 6 years old, and in the spirit of Halloween, this is kind of a scary story, okay? Very true, extremely true. So let's get started on it. Now remember, it's going to be a little shady because I was very young when this all took place. I was going to do this story down on the green screen, but my production room isn't 100% ready yet. It should be by tonight. But anyway, here we go. Back then, I lived in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we lived in a very big, huge house. It was actually called a mansion. Now, it does not mean we was rich, because the house was extremely old and falling apart. But it was huge. It was so big it had dumbwaiters in it. It had a gazebo inside. This place was gigantic. I can't remember exactly how many rooms it had, but it was just really huge. If I still had the picture of the house on my computer, which I will dig hard for it, I'll show you the picture somewhere over in here. So, if I found a picture, you guys seen it. Okay, now, like I said before, the story's going to be a little shady because I can only remember certain parts. I'm going to tell you the parts I remember. One day, my sister Lori and I was playing outside, and we had this strange guy come up to us. He was missing one arm, and he started asking weird questions. Well, we didn't realize they were weird because my sister Lori was, what, 9 years old? I'm 5? So he was asking us questions like, where's your mom and dad at? Well, mom's inside. How often does your mom and dad, how often is anybody here? Well, I don't remember what our answers were, but he was asking weird questions like that, you know? Weird things that nowadays, well, if I was older, I would be saying very suspicious, but we were kids. He was nice, at least he appeared to be nice, and we didn't think anything of it. So a couple more days went by, and my father, now in this particular house, we had what you call an attic above an attic. The very, very, very top of the house was not really being used. Dad now this is going to sound strange, my father actually, now I don't know how true this was, but this was told to me by my sisters, he used to have beehives up there for honey. I don't know how true that was, but that's what I was told. And this is where he stored some of the stuff, like the old furniture and stuff, but nobody lived up there. Well, one day my mom went up there to do something and found human feces on the ground, on the floor. Yeah, gross, huh? Well, knowing it wasn't any of us that did that, of course not, so she got really suspicious. Well, she cleaned it up, told my dad. Back in them days, Dad's like, well, that could have been anything. You sure it was human feces? Maybe it was some bat or something like that. Maybe a raccoon got in there. So, pretty much passed it off. Well, a couple more days went by and we kept hearing well, I didn't hear them, okay? But my mom kept hearing strange noises. that was coming from the basement. Well, once again, she told Dad, and Dad's like, it's an old house, Evelyn. You know, it's probably the furnace downstairs. Nothing to worry about. So, about a week or two went by, and it happened. My mom was doing laundry downstairs. And she went downstairs to change laundry over, and evidently there was a mirror that was over in the corner, okay? And as she was doing laundry, I thought I seen that truck go down the street. He must be lost. But as she was doing laundry, she looked in the, glanced in the mirror and seen an image of somebody there. An image. And immediately handled it real cool. She hollered for my sister Joyce immediately, like, Joyce, can you bring me down the basket real quick right away? She didn't panic. She didn't freak out. So my sister came down with the basket. Mom grabbed the basket, threw something in it, took Joyce by her hand, and went upstairs immediately. So as soon as Mom got upstairs, she called the police. Police came out, went downstairs, and investigated. Couldn't find nobody. Dad came home. Dad thought Mom was nuts. Well, these are what I've been told, okay? And then a couple days went by. Mom starts questioning. Mom was afraid to go back down to the basement, so she wasn't going anywhere near that basement. So Mom was kind of like trying to question, well, maybe I just seen a shadow or something that looked like a man. Maybe it's just a shadow. So the next day came. Investigators came out. Yeah, investigators came out, and they came with a book. They had pictures, mugshots of people in it, and they had some mugshots, and they was asking my mom to look at these mugshots, see if any of these guys look familiar, which was kind of weird to my mom at the time, because she had that look on her face like, why would all of a sudden you be showing me mugshots of about 10 to 15 people, you know? Because they was selected people, and a couple of the people that they was showing didn't have an arm. Well, Lori and I seen these mugshots as well, and we pointed out the guy. Hey, he was here the other day. Yeah, he was here the other day. And then we told Mom and the detective the questions he was asking us. So the detective asked my mother, "Did that look like the guy?" And Mom says yes. And asked for Lori and I to go play. He wanted to talk to Mom privately. Now, I wasn't there to hear what he said, but Mom was telling my, well, I don't know who the heck she told, but maybe later in life. I don't know how I found this out, but from what I learned, he had told Mom that this guy is wanted. He was actually a strangler. He was wanted by the police because he had strangled people. He was I don't know if he killed anybody. I would imagine if he's a strangler, he might have. But he was a strangler that was wanted by the cops. Yeah! So once again, once Mom ID'd the guy and they have a positive identification, a whole bunch of police came in and went down the basement. And they found that he was staying down there. He was down there, and I don't know what evidence they found to point to this, but they found out he was living in our basement. And he was possibly living in the attic at one time, too. I don't know how long he was supposed to be living there, but yeah, all the evidence pointed out the dude was living down there. But he wasn't there then. No. So, they pretty much had a couple police officers stay with us for, I don't know how long it would have been. It seemed like a while. But they pretty much stayed with us, and every so often they go downstairs, just in case the guy was to come back. I have no idea how they said the guy was getting in and out, but they actually had an idea how he was getting in and how he was getting out undetected. And the cops were staying there hoping to catch the guy. This went on, well, it went on a long time. I don't know. Like I said, I was young. I can't tell you how many days. But I do remember these nights happening. I remember... Now, which is strange to me now that I'm an adult, you would think they would ask my mom and dad to have us kids go somewhere, but from what I gather, Mom wanted, okay, for what my mom told me later on, she says the cops wanted us kids to be there, wanted us to play, continue on doing what we usually do, and be extra loud. because they didn't want to tip the guy off that they was on to him. So, pretty much for the next couple of days and nights, we played. And every so often, the cop will go downstairs, him and his partner, real quietly, and look around and come back up. Well, needless to say, they never caught the guy. A couple weeks went by. From what they gathered, he got wise that, you know, he was spotted and he never came back to the house. But yeah, did they ever catch him? Probably, I guess. I guess they did. But yeah, we had a strangler. A one-armed guy supposedly was wanted out of another state, not just the state of Ohio. He was wanted in a couple other states for strangling people. Women! He was a strangler, man. Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much. I wish I could have done this story justice. I'm sorry. But I'm going from a 5-year-old memory. And also, oh, my phone's ringing. I'll be right back. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. My phone rang. It got my attention because my son Justin is at college right now, and me being the father I am, I want to you know, keep contact. But yeah, I was very young, and the story I got was what little bit I can remember and what my mom told me and told other people as I was growing up. So it was some of the story. How much of it was put up, I don't think any of it was. But yeah, there you go. Imagine. Yeah, a strangler, man. That was something else. It's strange, isn't it? All these years I often wondered about that. I remember some of it like it was yesterday. I remember when the police officers asked us kids to continue on doing what we usually do and be very loud. I remember that very well. And I also remember Lori and I talking to that guy. I remember when my mom told the story later down the road, she basically was like, oh my God, Lori and Michael, their life could have been in danger when they talked to him. He was a nice guy from what I remember. I mean, yeah, he even shook my hand. But yeah, it was something else. It truly was. Man, you guys ever have any crazy things like that happen to you when you was little? Leave them down there. I want to know all about them. Okay. And by the way, how'd you like yesterday's video? Walmart. Crazy, huh? Thing of it is, we didn't have no breakfast in here. And lunch, and had nothing to make for lunch for work or anything, so we forgot all about going and getting it. So what happened was Angie and I was laying in bed, was getting ready to go to sleep, and she's like, you want to go to Walmart? We was having trouble going to sleep, and I was like, yep, let's go. Oh. Even though I'm paying for it now. See, actually, it's my Thursday, and I did that video last night, so I'm paying for it now. I'm tired. I'm exhausted, to tell you the truth. But yeah, Walmart in the middle of the night. Alright, guys. I might have a weekend tidbit for y'all, okay? It'd be small if I do. It'd be something of the production room. I might want to do a green screen test. And plus, I'm hoping to do the first Halloween skit of the season. That's right. Hoping to be able to get something done this weekend. So guys, until next time, come on, let's get out of here and leave me comments. Let me know, you ever have anything like that spooky happen to you when you was growing up? And if I can find a picture of that house, I'll show it to you. You know what stinks is, sometimes when I tell a story, I remember more parts of the story the second I end the video. Yeah, that happened the last two story times. Alright, bye.